From Veterans Day
to the election, we've got the scoop.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Centurions. It's November 10th, and if you don't know, well, there will be no school tomorrow.
Well, Santi, why don't you tell everyone why we don't have school? Keep them educated, you know.
It's really simple. It's because the Santiago Unified School District finally understands that we've been really working really hard lately, and they just decided to give us a day off tomorrow, man.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna sleep in tomorrow in honor of our veterans. Too far for us to give you more detail on this day. Here's a short video.
You probably know that every year on November 11th, Americans celebrate Veterans Day to honor the millions of men and women who have served or are serving in the nation's armed forces. But bet you didn't know the whole story behind the holiday. For starters, it wasn't originally called Veterans Day, but Armistice Day, to commemorate the truce signed between the Allies and Germany in World War I on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. The first Armistice Day in the U.S. was celebrated on November 11th, 1919. All business was suspended for 2 minutes starting at 11 a.m., and parades and public gatherings were held to commemorate the occasion. Later, America also began honoring its unknown soldiers on Armistice Day, a tradition that continues today. At 11 a.m. every Veterans Day, a color guard ceremony represents all branches of the military at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery. In 1954, the name was changed to Veterans Day, following a national campaign to have the day honor all veterans, not just those who served in World War I. And did you know, for 7 years, Veterans Day was actually celebrated in October? In 1968, Congress moved Veterans Day to the fourth Monday in October, so that government employees could enjoy a long weekend. But in 1975, President Gerald Ford returned Veterans Day to November 11th due to the historical significance, and that's where it sits on the calendar today. And do you know the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day? Both of them honor those men and women who have served in the military, but Memorial Day honors America's war dead, while Veterans Day honors all American veterans, living and dead. The U.S. Census Bureau estimates that there are currently over 21 million living military veterans in the United States. More than 16 million of these served during times of war, while 5.5 million served during peacetime only. So this Veterans Day, don't forget to say thanks to some of the millions of men and women who have served our country.
Hey Michael, did you know that we have some veterans on campus?
Well, I think I know who you're talking about. And did you know we were lucky enough to get an interview with them?
Actually, I did know that. So what are we doing sitting around, Matt? Let's get to the video, courtesy of Carlos Rosiles.
I'm Carlos, and with the Inside Scoop, I'm here with Mr. Michael. So tomorrow is Veterans Day, and it's so we thank all the veterans that what they've done for this country. So can you tell a little bit to the Centurions what that means?
Well, first of all, I was in the Ohio National Guard. I served for 6 years, and it was an honor and a pleasure to serve not only the state of Ohio, but the country. We met a lot of nice guys. In fact, we're still friends to this day. Learned a lot of good things that I've carried over into my adulthood.
Hello, I'm Carlos with Inside Scoop. I'm here with Mr. Figueroa. So tomorrow is Veterans Day, and you're a veteran of the Army. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Well, one, I was very proud to serve. Veterans Day for me is a big day. I talk to my children about it all the time because it goes back to World War I. When the war to end all wars, they had signed an armistice, so laying down the arms, the war was over, but the troops didn't get the message, and they still kept fighting, and many troops died, unfortunately. So it represents sacrifices, and it's a great way to give back to the country for everything that America provides.
Thank you. Back to the studio.
Watching. If you hear that alarm, just stay seated, guys, because we're not done yet. Anyways, let's talk about news. So we want to show our appreciation to those who have fought for our country, all around the country here at Century, or just anywhere. So.
Actually, Mike, speaking of veterans, did you know that on this day in the year 1775, the U.S. Marine Corps was founded?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that?
Did you also know that on this day, in 1969, Sesame Street aired its first episode, making it and one of the most iconic kids shows of all time. So, pretty big day for
You're right,
kids
Mike.
television, I'd say.
Yeah. But
I mean, I had an Elmo,
I had
I had an Elmo toy as a kid, so.
yeah, you're right, Mike. It was a really good.
Yeah, so.
It was a really good show. And anyways, well, thank you to all our veterans. And Mike, how about we talk about clubs?
All right, so on to clubs. So, attention seniors, are you suffering from cold sweats, night terrors, or general uncertainty on how to get into college? Well, if you do, or even if you don't, stop by during Science Club in room 403 during both lunches to discover the science behind writing personal statements. Be sure to include your rough draft of your statement so UCI mentors can help turn your draft into an A grade statement. As for you non-seniors out there, please attend today's meeting as well. There may be some candy in it for you if you show up, so. Yeah. Are you having trouble keeping up with your grades because you aren't doing your homework? Well, we have a solution for you. From Monday to Friday, you can go to tutoring in the library or in the Centurion Club.
Another club you should consider joining is Key Club. They meet every Friday in Ms. Fidel's room in room 5111. You should really join that club. It really helps you in the long run because you need 40 hours of community service in order to graduate. And guess what? Who doesn't want to graduate?
Disregard the firearm at this time. Thank you.
There's no meeting today, but make sure to show up next Friday. Another club you might want to check out is the Gay Straight Alliance Club. They meet in room 420 every Wednesday with Mr. Leon. And as it is right now, it's really important to be united, like as in those groups.
Yeah, Mike. Like now more than ever is the time to be united as humans and as friends.
Amen. So, you thought you'd seen enough in the mannequin challenge, right? Wrong. We got some more entries. So, without further ado, let's take a look at these frozen people.
Black Beatles in the city, be back immediately to confiscate the monies. Orange Grill, wow, my will. Black Beatles in the city, be back immediately to confiscate the monies. Orange Grill, wow, my will. Send flowers, but you said you didn't receive. Just like we'll need. That girl is a real proud piece. Small world, all the friends know me. Young bull living like an old geese. Release the cash, watch it fall slowly. Right girl, still trying to get in. Haters mad for whatever reason. Smoke in the air. Black Beatles in the city, be back immediately to confiscate the monies. Orange Grill, wow, my will. Send flowers, but you said.
So you may or may not know, of the winter season of sports. That's right, they're right around the corner. And well, if you don't know, then cross is going to CIF prelims on Saturday, which is huge. And after that, the winter sports will finally kick off. But the thing is, they don't start till November 28th, when our varsity boys soccer team will face Corona Del Mar, and when our varsity boys basketball team will be playing in the Los Amigos tournament.
Well, those games are pretty far from today, but you know what they say. Time sure does fly.
Yep, Mike, so with that being said, I think we're good to go, right?
I think that's all the news we have for today, but always remember,
That's a donkey, that's my wife. Bye.